Let me show you how I make a dirty baseball themed tumbler. Hi, my name's Megan. I've been glittering off supplies since 2015 when I opened my Etsy shop. It was a couple years later, I think it was like around 2020 that I started epoxy tumblers. So yeah, this is one of the rare videos where I am actually not going to use any glitter, but here we go. I like to start off with a stainless steel tumbler that I spray painted white. You do not have to have it perfectly even, just try to avoid the drips because this needs to look dirty anyway. So even if you have a spot that's like a little translucent and looks a little gray because you didn't put as thick of a spray paint coat, that is okay. I use green and brown alcohol ink mixed with some actual like rubbing alcohol to get that dirty look. I just use a paper towel to do that. And then the trick here are these laces. It's actually packing tape that has the laces printed already on it. Really cool, huh? But I put them on parchment paper and cut them out because when you put the epoxy over top of it, you don't see the outline. However, whenever I go to dirty it up in the next part, I do want that dirt to show in between the little laces. So that's why I go ahead and cut it. Plus, this way you can actually put it on a curved cup. This is part 2 of working on our dirty baseball themed epoxy tumbler. If you missed part 1, I'm going to go ahead and link it below for you. So we already cut out our laces and I am just applying it over top of the tumbler that we already decorated with the alcohol ink and the spray paint. You have to be really careful here to make sure it lays completely flat because we don't want it sticking up over the epoxy. I cut out the laces in case you missed it from the first ones that all the mud and dirt will show up between the laces. I use an X-Acto knife to make sure I can cut the top flush with the actual tumbler, and that's just my cup of dirt right there. I add some water to it to make mud, and I use a paper towel to sort of just dab it on the tumbler. I don't use any adhesive here. It's literally just the mud that I am rubbing on there. I do take a dry towel afterward to press on it to get rid of any excess water before I rotate it on my spinner under the epoxy. That's where the magic really happens there because it has a chance to move around. So if you don't already, go ahead and follow for more crafting fun. I wanted to do a part 3 of this dirty baseball tumbler so y'all could see how the dirt, mud moved around under the epoxy and it gets the final look right here. I feel like it turned out so great. I love it. You can see here how the dirt gets in between the laces, which is why I like to cut out that packing tape. Craft hack time. The laces for these dirty baseball tumblers, they actually come in a roll of packing tape. I like to cut out the laces to put onto the tumblers because then you can actually easily apply it to like a curved stainless steel tumbler. And when you go to add the mud and dirt, you can get in between the laces, which makes it look more authentic. My trick here, or craft hack, in order to be able to cut this out without it sticking all over itself and you and tearing and all that stuff, is parchment paper. It works beautifully, honestly. I just measure the parchment paper to the length that I need my lace based on the size of the tumbler. And then I cut out the strip, and I don't go exactly to the edge of the laces because there are like detailed shadows on this particular tape that I use. So I don't want to cut that off. But yeah, it peels right off whenever you're ready to use it. If you want to see the videos where we actually made the dirty baseball tumbler, you can go ahead and visit my profile page. And if you don't already, go ahead and follow or subscribe. Thanks for watching till the end. I really appreciate you. If you made it this far, go ahead and comment baseball.